Alright guys, so we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and I wanted to talk more about TEQ BEERUS specifically. I finished doing his EZA. I've got him, all the way up to a Rainbow Star. I had him rainbowed before his EZA was announced, and they really went ahead and made him one of the best units in the game. I don't really think that's much of an exaggeration either. Among summonable LRs and DOKKANFEST exclusives, TEQ BEERUS is very high on the list of being able to do the most damage. I always do like to, so like I'll do a video, usually a pre-release video, like the private server video or whatever, kind of before the unit comes out, and then I always do like to do like a breakdown video of them and stuff too after the unit actually releases, go in depth about what, their links are, what their super attack does, all of that stuff. Now, we have seen TEQ BEERUS a lot. What I'm going to do with this video, I just kind of want to make a point of how strong specifically this BEERUS is. So I'm going to show him in his best situation, which is next to LR BEERUS with Turles arm rotation. And then we're also going to, in this video, take a look at a couple of other new DOKKANFEST exclusives that have released within the past year. And I want to show you guys how incredible TEQ BEERUS is compared to even some of the newest DOKKANFEST units in the game. Maybe even looking at a summonable LR or two, because TEQ BEERUS is able to hit on that level. So let's hop into an event right now, and we will test out TEQ BEERUS in his sort of optimal setup to get him the most damage possible. Alright guys, so here we're put into a situation where we have TEQ BEERUS's best setup, basically. TEQ BEERUS, the way his passive works, he does have to be hit once, and then his sort of full attack passive does come out. Now, also, one reason TEQ BEERUS has become so good, I have to make an explicit point about this, is LR BEERUS. Many people will say LR BEERUS is not that good, he's a very underwhelming card, yada yada yada. You'll hear a lot of stuff like that. LR BEERUS is incredible. He is leagues ahead of most DOKKANFEST exclusives. It's just, I would say, he very well may be the worst summonable LR, but that doesn't change the fact that there is basically no unit that's not a summonable LR that's better or as good as a summonable LR. Like, they're literally their own exclusive class. The summonable LRs are the generation of miracles, if you guys have seen Kuroko no Basket. That is literally what the summonable LRs are. They are completely different. They're on a whole different level of power. One reason TEQ BEERUS is so good is because he is actually kind of there. Like, there's not a lot of other DOKKANFEST exclusives that do the kind of damage that TEQ BEERUS is now able to put out, which really leads us to believe what, like, Int Janemba's EZA might look like, or even what SCR Gogeta's EZA might look like. So, if we look at the total damage that these two units can do together, again, TEQ BEERUS is going to hit about 3.5 million every time. LR BEERUS, as long as they get hit once too, if depending on the amount of ki that they can get, LR BEERUS can hit like 4.5 million, possibly even 5 million himself. That's a rotation of both of those units doing that. This right here is one of the single best rotations in the game. These three units together are ridiculous. So there we go, 3.5 million. That is where TEQ BEERUS is basically going to sit an entire round of a fight. And as long as LR BEERUS is next to TEQ BEERUS, he will have plenty of ki, and he can maybe get his 18 ki super. One reason LR BEERUS is maybe a tad underwhelming is because he has bad ki links. It's very difficult for him to get his 18 ki super, but on the Movie Boss team with TEQ BEERUS, and especially now, TEQ BEERUS is so good, you gotta run him. That rotation is so powerful. LR BEERUS gets ki. I mean, now, I don't know that I would say LR BEERUS is a worse LR anymore, just because of how powerful this rotation alone is right here. Like LR Bardock can put up good numbers, but can he form a rotation that does as much damage as the one we just saw? No. No, absolutely not. How about LR Super Saiyan Trunks? Again, he's pretty good, but is he on a rotation that does as much damage as TEQ BEERUS and LR BEERUS? No, he's not. So, LR BEERUS, he was really helped by TEQ BEERUS becoming a top tier unit. So, we saw what TEQ BEERUS is able to do. you know what? Let's get a look at a rotation where we also see what LR Beerus is capable of doing in that exact same situation right there. All right, guys. So here we're gonna have the perfect rotation for LR Beerus. He'll have been hit. He's got the same sort of passive as EZA TEQ BEERUS, where both of them have to be hit. Then for several turns afterwards, they will have their full passive built up. As of now, LR Beerus has not been hit, but he's going to get hit before he attacks, so it will activate. We have him with his 18-key super, and not only that, but 24-key. We got EZA TEQ BEERUS next to him. We got Turles on rotation. Double 150% leader skill from the movie boss team. So let's see what LR Beerus can max out at. Oh, 5.4 million. That is the unit people will tell you is bad. LR Beerus is bad, even though he did 5.4 million right there. That's enough to one-shot UI Goku, by the way, even if he had full health, I'm pretty sure. So, LR Beerus is ridiculous. He's insane. So, you're not going to get 24 key every time, but you have the potential of a unit with a 3.5 million attack stat, and then a unit with a 5.4 million attack stat directly together. Again, I don't, off the top of my head, I can't think of another rotation where both units are doing that level of damage. Like, LR Goku and Frieza by themselves can sort of put that up. LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku by himself can sort of put that up. But, like, we have both of these units together. It's a rotation, because, like, Physical Android 17 or Tech TN for the LR Goku and Frieza, like, they're able to do good damage, but it's not 3.5 million attack stat damage. And then same thing for really any of the Super Saiyan 3s you could link up with LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Maybe Physical Gotenks, you're going to be able to get a good attack stat out of him, somewhere in the 2 millions for a 2 million attack stat. But this is like the most powerful rotation in the game, or close. It's just, LR Goku and Frieza by themselves are equivalent to these two. That's why they're so good. But alright, so there's, again, this powerful rotation. Let's take a look at what a few of the recent DOKKANFEST can do, sort of at full steam as well. Alright guys, so here we have Ultra Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, who might very well be the next DOKKANFEST exclusive coming to Global. As you guys can see, I do have him rainbowed. He is here at the rainbow status. Now, we're testing him out here on the Shadow Dragon team. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, of course, activates nearly all of, Tech Super Saiyan 4 Goku's attack links. Super Saiyan 4 units just work very well together. This, or I think a pure Saiyan setup with Super Saiyan 4 Goku, probably the GT Super Saiyan 3 Kid Goku, and then Turles will also be a very formidable setup for him. I do think the attack stats posted by Goku should be pretty similar from both teams, though. Again, another thing, too, you do have to make sure that Goku is at full health coming into the turn so that he gets the massive maximum attack buff he can get, which is 100% plus 70% based on how high his health is. So here he is at 2.73. Pretty good. That's not bad. But again, as we can see, this is a Super Saiyan 4 unit, which, in Dokkan are kind of, I think, thought of as, like, marquee, like, units. Like, Super Saiyan 4s all have massive amounts of respect. And this is a brand new one. Like, Super Saiyan 4 Goku was thought of highly enough to be a marquee celebration, the Tanabata celebration on JP, and EZA TEQ BEERUS is able to clear his maximum attack stat by almost a full million. Again, showing how amazing Beerus is. So let's quickly take a look at another recent DOKKANFEST unit. Alright guys, so now we're taking a look at a Future Gohan here. Now, Future Gohan is a pretty underwhelming DOKKANFEST, I think, compared to a lot of the other units that have been released. He is a solid defensive unit, but it really just takes too much time for his defense to kick in. I feel like this is just not a well-designed unit, because on his future category, like, he has experienced fighters which you can only get from the base form SR Future Gohan, which obviously, then we might be missing out on something like Fierce Battle, which is the reason why I just have Rose here as his linking partner. It doesn't really matter. any, Super Saiyan Fierce Battle Prepare for Battle unit basically is going to be future Gohan's best linking partner because he has trash links like Golden Warrior and All in the Family. He does have Dismal Future, which is fine. Rose's also got that. But again, Experienced Fighters is not something he can really activate. The other, I think, sort of problem with the future category is that in terms of support type units, all we have is this Trunks right here. This Rage Trunks that gives 25% to attack and defense. Not the worst, but obviously there are many, many superior, support type units out. So let's go ahead and see. This is right here what future Gohan could do at his maximum here on the future category team. Best thing about the future team is it does have a 170% attack buff, so that is nice as part of his leader skill. He does greatly raise the attack, or no, he just raises his attack on Super. 1.6. 1.6 is really as high as future Gohan can get, man? Oh, okay. Because, he does have the Hybrid Saiyan team, too, where you could probably get a couple of support type units, but that's only a double 130% buff. It's just, you don't have a good way to really optimize future Gohan. That's sort of his issue. He does raise his attack on Super Attack, which is going to be a moderate attack buff. But here you guys see, compared to TEQ BEERUS, in the damage aspect, future Gohan is going to lag quite behind. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at another recent DOKKANFEST unit. Alright guys, so the last character we're going to look at here is a Rainbow Jiren. Now, I think the Realm of Gods team is probably the best place to show Jiren off on a rotation with God Topo, as well as the EGL Western Supreme Kai. God Topo will give a minor attack buff on his super attack as well, so I had him go first. Also, Jiren does not have two of his attack links active, Infighter and Hero of Justice. Now, that is a lot to be losing, a whopping 35% attack from links, but, there's not really a good way to have those links active, as well as be around these two really good support type units. So let's go ahead and see what our boy Jiren is capable of doing. 40% attack buff from AGL West Kai, got a 35% attack buff from God Topo, the little minor super attack boost modifier that God Topo does give on his SA, plus just Jiren's natural high level of power. A rotation like this is where it would hurt that Jiren or Topo loses. Okay, so 2.3, pretty good, but again, that's not 3.5, which TEQ BEERUS does. That would be helped if God Topo did not lose the Hero of Justice link upon Dokkan Awakening, but, he did. So we're just going to have to, put up with it. But there we go. Just in the almost mid 2 millions is where our boy Jiren is able to put something up. So as you guys can see, TEQ BEERUS has really established himself already as being on the very, very short list of, hardest hitters and best units in the game. So there we go, guys. I feel like I made a good about TEQ BEERUS' strength in relation to many of the recent units that have come out, and just also specifically that TEQ BEERUS is a part of that rotation with LR BEERUS, which is second to none in terms of battle power. So let's go over the changes to TEQ BEERUS, known as Devastating Punishment BEERUS. His leader skill went from Tech type attack 80% to Tech type key 3, HP attack and defense 90%. So he basically has LR Goku Black's leader skill now. His super attack went from supreme damage that lowers defense to immense damage that greatly lowers defense. The God of Destruction's Edict. So that's good. That's another reason he's able to hit so hard now, is he finally is doing immense. His passive skill, Quivering Anger, was attack 60% at the start of turn. Now it's attack and defense 80% at the start of turn, plus he gets an additional 40% attack for 4 turns after receiving an attack. He also does have a rage mechanic, which activates before when health went below 30% HP. Now it activates when health goes below 40% HP, and it can activate up to 2 times. We didn't show that, so real quick before the video ends, we will do the rage mode once. His links are Godly Power, Prodigies, Connoisseur, The Innocence, Shocking Speed, and Fierce Battle. So he has the same link set as LR BEERUS outside of Legendary Power. 12 key multiplier is 140%, which is good. And then he's on 2 categories. He'll be good on both categories, by the way. Realm of God's team, where he can work because he's got Godly Power with many units over there. And he's also got Shocking Speed with many units over there, and then Fierce Battle as well. So he can work on Realm of Gods. And then, of course, the movie boss team, that Beerus and Turles rotation is just beautiful. So I think TEQ Beerus is definitely the best EZA unit. And real quick, let's go ahead and test out this Rage mechanic as well. See how high the damage can be that he can inflict while over there. Alright guys, so now we can see how powerful Beerus is in his brand new Rage mode. Now, in Beerus's Rage mode, his attack is quite high. Let's see if we could see all 3 attacks right here. And then if we could just get... That's perfect right there. Perfect. Okay. So it looks like we should be able to see all 3 attacks. So it starts off with a 1 million attack stat. Okay. Again, the other thing, too, about this Beerus is he will be able to do additionals. He could do crits. He could do all of that stuff after the Great Ape update. So there is all of his super attacks. Again, that's something that is going to be incredibly handy, I believe, in any sort of difficult mode. And then, boom, looks like we're going to get to activate it right again. Oh, wait a minute. Now that I think about it, when you do the Rage mode, okay, so if you fall below 40% HP, he activates Rage mode, but then your rotation does not change. So when you fall out of Rage mode, you'll just go right back into it. So looks like the way the Rage mode works now is it'll last for 2 full turns. That's essentially what the 2 transformations mean, because when you transform into a Great Ape anymore, it keeps the same rotation. So, you know, the 1 turn would end, his first Rage mode would end, then the 2nd turn would begin, where his 2nd Rage mode would activate. I like that. That's interesting. That's not something I realized was going to happen until just now, too. Very, very cool. Alright, guys, so that is everything. TEQ Beerus is now a phenomenal unit. They have done a very good job here. Even the Rage mode got that nice little buff. I'm cool with it. So there you go. Boom. We're done. Thanks, y'all, for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.